She was in the TV.
Yeah, hold on, baby. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Force Forge. 15 seconds before we go live, my daughter walked in here. So let's do this. I'm Dan Stacy. Welcome to Wildcrafting with Avenue Studios. Of course, in studio, we have Great Mustache with us. Very excited. Adam from the Interplanar Crossroads and Jacob from Avenue Studios. We are going to do some wildcrafting. I just have to remove my daughter from the studio. You want to say hi, baby? There's her arm. So, anyways, we are in Punktember. There she is. We are in Punktember. We were just joking about that. Punktember, because a Punktober is coming next. But we are in Punktember, and we are going to be building a one-shot in Pathfinder 2nd edition. So I am going to actually turn it over to the rest of these gents here while I take my daughter back to the house. And I'm excited for this. This is going to be great. I think we might be going back to a familiar place for Avenue Studios here with Pathfinder. So, take it over, gents. I'll be right back.
Awesome.
Oh, go get it. Go get mommy.
Yeah, so I haven't even built a map for this because I was trying to find the balance of what exactly we were doing. And even just sitting down for the 5 minutes before we started recording and chatting, I already started coming up with things. So I believe we're all on the same page here, and I wanted to share some images, just to kind of get us in the mood of Clockwork. So first of all, I decided on Pathfinder 2nd edition because life, and I really like the system. They already have an entire steampunky area, Outlaw, or it's Alkenstar. We actually, as a group, played, not these guys, all of them, but AfterQuest played in a little variation of Outlaws of Alkenstar. You guys should check it out if you haven't. It was a lot of fun to do. Probably put the links in the description or below, right, Dan? He's not there, is he?
Yes, I am here.
Oh, he is there. Awesome. I didn't have my thing up.
I don't think I have it, so I will have to add that into the description afterwards.
Yeah, there's a crazy family in that one.
Mm-hmm.
There is?
No,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So, and then we also talked about a little bit of running a Western game using, kind of like the Wild Wild West feel, using Pathfinder 2nd edition. And you should really check that out, too, because it was really fun for us to talk about. But that is not what we're talking about today. So I wanted to share some images because they just get me inspired for doing some kind of steampunky clock. Of course, with Pathfinder 2nd edition and 5th edition D&D, there's all the clockwork stuff, which I think fits well. It's kind of fun to use in a Punktember, steampunky kind of feel. I really love that one that Dan's sharing right now. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Sorry, Rex said hard hats.
Yep.
So, the other one that I think is cool, would be kind of fun to throw in there at the enemies, is just to kind of switch it up a little bit and show that there's still magic in the world.
Oh,
is
sweet.
the Clockwork Mage. I think it just has kind of like a unique feel to it. Now, originally my thought, I shouldn't say originally, my thought that I came up with 10 seconds ago was to use an actual pre-existing scene. I'm going to take you there real quick. We'll go back and forth because we're cool like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they have this cool scene, but I have a feeling that let me know if that loads for everybody.
Yep.
Let me
It's
see.
loaded here.
Let me see what
I
the
see it.
let me see what the clockwork. Oh, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. You could battle that in that tight little area.
Yeah, you got a little high ground that you could potentially get at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought that was gonna be a problem. So probably what I'm thinking is we'll
That's
create
cool.
what?
It's just cool because I think I recognize this map from Outlaws,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
wasn't like this.
Nope.
It's so cool.
Yeah, so I think it'd be kind of cool to have a battle. Maybe it won't be the Clockwork Dragon. We'll save that for when we actually run it, for whoever's running with us. But in the meantime, I think the scene that I want to build or talk about, a couple of different things. We could build a couple characters. We could talk about what are some things that people want to see while Outlaws Underworld BattleBots Revisited. But
After
yeah,
that whole fiasco, they just started this underground battle bots type of thing with the gnomes and the homeless people, and they got big money, and now they have this whole ring.
yeah,
I love it.
that'd be awesome. Yeah. So I don't know. I kind of want you guys' input. We could build a couple characters. We can talk about building NPCs because we like doing that.
It was because of the beer bot.
It was because of the beer bot, which is not even on here. I should grab the brewer
You
bot.
should totally do that.
There it is. Brewer bot's back. Boop.
Did
was
you
a
see,
fun-
Kristen? This time the city does blow up. We were just
Yeah, I think we
joking
should.
about
We
that.
literally just we just made those jokes too. Yeah. So I don't know. When you guys picture a street inside like the city of Alkenstar or a steampunk city, what does a street look like? Let's get some details out.
Which part of town are we talking about? Because that would make
I
a
don't know.
difference, right? Because if
We
you're
just
in
pick
if you're
a
in the
part.
hoity-toity, right, it's probably going to be
That's
pretty
true.
clean. But if you're
This
in
is true.
the slums, and if you are thinking about like some sort of underground fighting ring, then probably the slummier part makes sense.
I was not thinking underground fighting ring, but
Okay.
Well, if you
I
go
sh-
with the higher, with the possible higher level group, and they're coming in and they're fighting the big stuff, the Steamworks area probably sounds like manufacturing when we looked at the Alkenstar map,
yes.
and that means they're going to want paved road, at least cobblestone roads, so they can move that heavy equipment that would be necessary across those roads. So you probably want to do that.
That
with,
matches.
and you can
Rex.
mix in dirt and junk.
Oh yeah, yes. Because my original scenario is, and it's not fully fleshed out, was something like a clockwork factory in Alkenstar has been overrun by a gang, and they are forcing the workers to produce clockwork creatures, then releasing them upon the town, causing havoc, allowing them to rob businesses and stuff like that. But I might change that a little bit now. I don't know, maybe a clock. Well, no, they have I don't know. I have thoughts, but I can't share them all because I want to surprise my players.
Well, of course. But if you're talking about that, then probably the roads might be a little bit wider too to accommodate for moving stuff in and out. Depending on where in the factory, maybe there's a tower for an airship docking with cranes to load and unload from the airship.
That's
actually a really cool idea.
dirigible docking station.
Oh, it'd be really cool too.
It's an airship, Dan, not a
Yeah,
dirigible.
I'm part
Oh,
of
get with the program.
program.
I want. It would be cool to have the players dropped in on top of the building with an airship. That would be
Ooh.
cool.
Yeah, rappel down.
Nice. I like that.
So the first NPC is the one who's paying these people to stop this gang. So I guess for our viewers and for you guys here in the studio, how about we create some NPCs? Let's create a couple of the gang members, a name for the gang. We're not calling it Horsey Gang.
Did you see
and
Rex
then
in chat?
oh yeah, there it is, Airshippy. I had a feeling. All right.
Thank you, Rex.
If you don't know what he's talking about, you should go back and watch our live stream from last night,
Yes,
where we
should.
play novels, and Jacob used children speak.
Very, very noble language.
Yes, very noble horsies and chippies. Oh yes. Honestly, though, I had a great time last night.
Yeah, same, dude.
Looking forward to what happens with that group too. So, I don't want to give, like I said, I don't want to give away too much, but I think it'd be fun for our chat and for all of us to flesh out, like I said, a couple of the gang members, and then whoever's hiring them. Maybe it's the owner of the factory. Maybe it is not a nobleman, but like a higher up in
Sure.
Alkenstar. I gotta look at
Or
Alkenstar.
someone in the Merchants
been a
Guild.
while.
Is there a Merchants Guild there?
Well, and it could be that the factory, it's not necessarily the owner, but it's the person who wants to be the owner, because
That's
the reason they were
true.
able to take it over is because the previous people defaulted or whatever else. So it's like,
That's true.
so that's part of the reason why the gang was able to easily take it.
Right.
And so then they're
Maybe
looking to purchase it, but they're not going to spend that money unless it can be cleared out
Yeah,
or... I mean,
Could
that
be like
detail's
the-
not that important. but-
Right. Like the old floor manager
So-
or something.
Remind me again what happened to the gnome that Danny had to go get, and he had such a fun time with, and he loved so much. Gnome inventor.
Was
He
that a gnome? I don't
survived the
think
whole
Wait,
incident,
was he a gnome?
didn't he?
I don't think he was a
He,
gnome.
he was a no, I don't think he was a gnome, but he's
Why
on
can't I
that
think
level.
of his name? He was very gnome.
He had
for sure.
very good traps
He
at
did
his
very
home.
good traps,
That
was his
Dan
name?
found. Danny found every single one of them. I mean,
basically.
Yeah, I mean he did.
Very thorough.
Danny, the character, found all the traps with his face.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was purple afterwards, wasn't he?
It-
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I
To
do
be
remember
fair
that.
to Danny, kudos to the to Danny for face tanking all of those
Yeah.
and not dying.
And he lived barely.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. There was no handouts. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, Mustache
Oh,
did have a
that's
character in
interesting. What
Outlaws.
was that?
Oh, Rex.
Ra-
Oh, I'd
Riley?
have to go back.
It was the elf, the female elf.
That's an interesting idea. I like that.
Yeah, because
Actually, I really like that idea.
yeah,
Right? Wasn't it Riley? Or
probably. I mean, that's a name that I've used before.
yeah,
It sounds right. In my mind, it's Riley.
Yeah.
I love that.
She was
We'll definitely try it. That's a
yeah.
great idea.
That's a great idea. Now, Rex also said, and I actually kind of liked it too, a rival gang hired them. Maybe Riley's running her own gang now, right?
Oh yeah. Well, that was one of the
Why
things that we
not?
talked about. I don't know
Yeah,
if
we
it
did
matters
talk
about
that.
spoilers for that now, since it's. But we had talked about her maybe being the big bad potentially, or becoming one, right? So
You know, if it's rival gang stuff, maybe the two gangs are going after the same thing in this clockwork area, and one gang is already starting to use some of the clockwork as a trying to establish their control of that warehouse,
Mm.
and the thing they want is the clockwork dragon.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh.
You know, another thought as far as map is, and the streets around this is maybe one of the reasons that the more affluent aren't interested in this place is because some of the road is damaged around it. So big potholes, or maybe there was an explosion from a failed test or a successful test of some of the explosive stuff from before, right? And so because the roads are so pitted, it's hard to get things in and out, and so people haven't been worried about bothering with it. It's not the additional repair to the road that would have to happen and stuff like that is the reason why the gangs are able to more easily control it.
That's true. That's true.
So Riley's running a gang, and then there's this other gang that's trying to get the same prize. So the other gang is already using robots. Would they be like the gearheads or something along that line?
It's classic, but I like it.
Mason wants to call them the big trucks. He's over here listening.
Big
truck.
trucks?
The big trucks. He wants a group of goblins.
The mother truckers?
I like it.
Instead of 3 kobolds in a trench coat, you could have a bunch of goblins in a clockwork behemoth.
Ooh.
They're Power Rangering that
truck,
thing?
a truck that transforms into a robot.
Ooh, a construct battle. You could have your
That
battle
would be
bots.
cool. Yeah, you could have a BattleBot like thing going on for sure. Might be kind of fun to have where there's 2 massive BattleBot creatures going at it while some of the underlings are battling around it, kind of thing.
So each gang has their own big battle bot, and down below your success or failure on your rolls affects how well your bot's doing up above you, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah, it definitely was Riley. I just found the conversation.
Oh, nice.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought it was Riley. Goblins driving a clockwork transformer truck versus the party. I mean, I definitely like that. What was really cool about that is you could do something along the lines of like parts break off. Could be like the Power Rangers, kind of like where like pieces can come off and they can battle them separately or whatever too.
Ooh, yeah.
Have damaging thresholds where like literally parts come off and it just becomes its own entity until it blows up.
Mm-hmm.
So, go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking about there's an anime called Fooly where this robot hand is detached from the rest of the robot, and it comes out of this portal, and it fights, but it fights like standing up. It's so you can do the same thing by reflavoring. You know, that arm gets chopped off. Well, then that arm off the big goblin mother trucker bot is fighting with, by standing up on its two fingers, is fighting with the party.
Mm-hmm.
And you just reflavor a golem of some kind. Or something like that spider, yeah.
Dan, do you remember that?
I don't know if I do.
Oh.
You don't remember Danny being... Was it Danny that was dragged around?
Oh, man.
I thought it was Danny that was dragged around by the spider. Maybe it was Billy.
Billy was dragged around.
That's right, it was
One
Billy.
after it.
Yeah.
But now, I don't know if I remember seeing the image, but soon as you say that, it matches your description. That's awesome.
Yeah, the party almost died to it, yeah. And maybe I didn't share an image because I wasn't as good with my my skills.
Or I wasn't good at running a stream and playing at the same time when I missed it.
Honestly, the biggest thing I'm realizing, even as I was up or reloading in some of the Alkenstar stuff and looking at it, we've come a long way.
We're trying. Thanks for hanging in there, everybody.
I know, we love these. I mean, Rex is really getting into it. I love it.
Rex is the best.
So, man, so the broken street idea is really cool, and it adds a texture to oh, yes, they were one level lower than they were supposed to be. It adds a texture to the area around. So probably one of the maps I'll build for this will be a street map where they run into some trouble. But maybe now on that street map is where one of the bigger bot battles happen. I don't know. I think I don't want the players to have a bot. I like the idea of them facing against a gang of goblins inside a bot.
Well, yeah, and then
something...
the bot CR might be equivalent for a fight too. So
yeah,
but something you can do too is they fight the goblins inside their transformed steampunk bot, and then as that bot loses hit points, you then downgrade it and separate it off, and it's almost like they're spawning a different monster, quote.
Yeah.
But you're just phasing out the fight, so that
isn't even my
they
final
make
form.
progress. Yeah, they make progress, and a piece drops off, and they have to fight both now. So they're
Kinda
still
like
facing
slimes.
a problem. Yeah.
Oh man, I have
Goblin Power Rangers, Rex says. Do.
That would be like, Go Power Rangers.
Go Goblin Rangers. Goblin Rangers.
Go Mother Truckers.
Take it to the next level.
And see, they call themselves the Mother Truckers because their mother was the one that was the smart one.
Yeah,
And she's
She
the
actually
brain
leads
behind
it.
the whole thing.
No, she's sitting in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Got like Grandma Goblin.
Yeah.
she's way too far obese to get out of the seat.
I'm actually thinking my mind's transforming a little bit. Almost something like oh shoot. The factory is a walking factory now. Like that's what the Goblin Tinkers, they've made it. And they're just laying waste to the city. I'm thinking high level players, one of the things they could fight on their way to taking out the factory is the Clockwork Dragon that they've been using to destroy things. So they take that down, they get to the factory, and this might be too grand. I don't know. It's exciting to me. And that's where they have like multiple goblins within, and then it drops. Like as they're succeeding, obviously parts are falling off and dropping, but it also could drop mooks all over the place if needed to fill in the gap. You know what I mean? That would be kind of fun. I mean, maybe
We are trying to build a one-shot, right?
Yeah.
Not the climax of a campaign. Yeah?
well, maybe the one shot is the climax of the campaign.
We could have a to be continued
Hey.
ending. that we never come back to.
That sounds like that might be a pretty complicated series of fighting.
Well, you could do some of his skill challenges too.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
You know what
And
I
I
mean?
was
Like for
thinking-
story wise.
Rex had shouted out bringing some of the mech stuff we did before, and that's kind of what we did with the mechs.
Yeah,
There was that
it is
ultra
kinda.
mech that we destroyed with more of a challenge event.
Well,
Yeah.
and the mobile factory could also be the backdrop, right?
Yeah.
So you might not ever
That's true.
actually interact with that. That's the backdrop. You're dealing with this right now. Well, other heroes of the city or whatever are, so
Right.
you've
know
got to
it-
take
it
care of
would-
this before that factory
Actually-
reaches you.
That could be kind of a thing where it's groups of people have been hired. This is your particular mission. They're going down to take that. You need to take down this, and yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Because then within 2 hours we could easily do that and have some fun with it too and be goofy.
Yeah, and then later on, if somebody
we-
wanted to take this one shot and expand it, they could be after you
Right.
deal this, then you can go deal with that.
And that's where we could also run it for patrons another time.
You know,
if
you could
there came that
also
chance.
let your viewers kind of roll. The trusted viewers of the certain tier, they could roll to decide how the other groups do during the live stream.
That's true. That would be a really cool interaction. That would be cool. We do have the bot roller on. We have the dice roller on our Discord channel.
Yep.
Awesome. No,
I'm
I
just
think something-
picturing-
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm picturing you guys with a map, an unnamed, kind of assigned map of Alkenstar with one of those moving cloud things between the map layer and then the other layer, and then you have the actual floating fortress, the floating factory that ripped up out of Alkenstar and is raining down these bots.
I
And
mean,
then
that
the
sounds
players
like
are
fun to me.
fighting in that.
That's a really fun idea. I wonder. We'll have to talk. We'll have to talk later about involving chat somehow in a simple way. That's cool.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that would be
Mm-hmm.
really fun for chat to be part of it also. But yeah, something that would.
Of course, that's going to be changing what map you're going to use completely now, though. From using the factory
I don't-
to factory in the background, now you're just
Yeah.
having
I just
the
make a different
clockwork
map.
dragging out on the streets.
Yep, I don't mind that. I have 2 weeks.
Well, something you can do is you can still use that room. That's where the group gets to. But the set piece that you've got for overlooking the city or something like that, or showing a big thing, that can be where the page that the challenge event happens on.
That's true.
Or Riley has hired the group because while the city is distracted with this massive fight, to go in and steal this technology or steal this thing, so they'll go unnoticed.
You go get me the clockwork dragon that they haven't activated yet, that I know they have.
That's not bad.
I tried
idea.
switching. Yeah.
Because it has to be wound before it can be, started up.
Actually, yeah. Oh man, so many ideas now. I went from having stop. Mason would like to say "Rocks fall, you're all dead." Thank you,
Oh.
Mr. Mustache.
He nods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be bots fall and you're all dead?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I have a lot of ideas. That's the problem with this. Is that one shots
Sorry.
are hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially when you're doing, even if you're going for even like 2-hour one shots.
Yeah, I
Especially
know.
hard.
Which is fun. I mean, it is fun just to kind of play around with people, though. And obviously, there's so much you can do with steampunk. Add in a little bit of magic, and it's a whole nother level of insanity. I love the idea. I think Riley being the hiring NPC is awesome. Now, what is the exact goal? I don't know yet.
Right.
There's been a couple ideas out there that I've enjoyed for sure. I think if you guys want to help me kind of create personalities for like a handful of goblins, maybe like 4 or 5.
Sure.
Well,
then,
if we're going with Mother Truckers, then we definitely got to have Mama. If we're not
Yeah.
doing Mother Truckers, you don't have to have Big Fat Mama in the, control thing. So
I mean, I honestly, I'm Mama Trucker is that's her last name, Mama
No.
Trucker.
Big Mama Trucker.
Oh, sorry, Big Mama Trucker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I think we determined that she was overweight.
Yes,
Overweight.
that was Dan's
Goblin.
contribution.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, oldest son.
Let me see. Well, Rex has been very active, in this particular one, like a leader,
Rex. Rex
leading
truck.
the chat. So, just saying.
The leader, the smart one, the dumb strong one. All right. So is the oldest son's name Rex? Are we going? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I like
Rex
it.
Trucker.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it spelled more like getting in a wreck?
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
Yes, Rex.
Do WREX.
Yeah. Rex Trucker.
So then, oh man,
He
Rex
loves it.
likes
That's good. Yeah, that's good. All right. Now the second son.
All right, now we've got a
let me see
theme
who else we
going
got.
on.
Let's go with the smart
These
one.
are NPCs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see who you guys got in your Discord up here. Hold on.
Well, I got the smart one, and then the third one will be third daughter. No, dumb strong one. Third son. And
So
then
this is the
fourth
second one.
Is a daughter.
You got somebody named. There's this guy that's named Shukaku.
That's Anthony.
Yeah, I mean,
That could be the
He's the smart
tinkering.
one.
Actually,
Yeah.
he's got shoe bots even.
Yeah,
Right,
So,
he does.
I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, Shukaku, and then that could be the tinkerer, inventor,
Or just Shushu. Maybe he's just Shushu.
Shushu. Yeah, we'll
I
do
like
Shushu.
that. I like that a lot. He's the youngest one. Little baby.
The baby
Shoo-shoo.
the baby daughter
Goblin.
is the that's gonna be the cute one who's not actually cute.
Yep.
That's the nickname though. They call her the
Right.
cute one.
Well, of course.
All right, the third son's gonna be the dumb strong one. So what kind of names we can pull up here?
Dumb, strong one.
The cute one could wear a curly blonde wig.
Yes. Yep.
There's for the cute one. There's this person in your Discord named Janae Nay.
It's Nene.
Nene.
It's Nene.
Nene's not
It's-
bad at all.
It's no. That's the best part. I mean, it's kind of actually this one's now it's kind of getting mean because it's like, oh, this son, second son, third son, baby girl. Maybe it's too close.
No, it's good. Let's do
It's-
it.
Okay, Nene it is.
Only those in the know.
Nene the cute one, baby daughter goblin who wears a curly blonde wig. The one that explodes. So is there a fourth son?
Well, the one that might explode, that might fit Shushu a bit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So we got Rex.
So the
leader,
smart one needs a name.
or that was
If we're putting Shushu on the one that explodes,
on the one that explodes.
Shushu go boom.
I like that.
I think
Yeah,
this one's gonna be.
so-
I think the smart one's gonna be a daughter.
Okay.
Okay. So that's Nene.
No. I'm gonna
another
do. We're
one.
gonna do two daughters. So right now I have Big Mama, oldest son Rex, second son is the one that explodes, Shushu. Third son is dumb, big, strong one, which I don't have a name for. The fourth child is another daughter. It's gonna be the smart one, and then the
Well,
last it will be the baby.
Win. WEN, but she's smart, so she wins.
She win.
She win. Zero. But when they're mad at her, they call her she wench.
That's pretty funny.
Sorry, I'm just trying to write some of this down.
Yeah, you're good, man.
We don't have a name for the third one, the Dumb Strong one.
Okay.
It would be really good if one of them had a very respectable name.
Like this one's gonna be named like
Galahand.
Sir. It's even better yet, Sir Galahand.
He read it. He heard it in a story once when they were sneaking around. He's like, "I'm Sir Galahad." I smash.
So that's kind of-
smash.
And goblins always fit punk,
Oh,
timber, steampunk stuff so well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just the tinkering and explosions and.
I just love the idea too of their wearing the goggles that make their eyes just 3 times
Pop
bigger.
out. Yeah.
I love that image.
Awesome. I switched the song and see if it loads. There it is. All right. So those are like that could be a lot of fun to face because you could do something where there's. Oh, I have so many ideas now. This is ridiculous. Because you could
just
face.
write them all down and then pick the ones you want to use at a time.
Yeah, no, roll a die on it.
Yeah, make a table.
Yeah, these could be guarding the road in that the party has to get past.
Yeah, and you could do 2 at a time, even, or something silly, or all of them. Oh man, well,
Or
that's
you
a
could
huge help,
start.
though.
You could start with them fighting 1 or 2 of them, but they sound the alarm, and then like in round 2 or maybe 3, the others get there, and then they form up into one thing.
That's true.
So it doesn't seem
Into
like
the
much
big-
at first, but then the other stuff comes in.
That's true.
And you hear with our powers combined, and
With our powers combined,
Rules.
the power of the sewer. Oh, that's too good. All right, so we have Riley, who I think is going to be the NPC that gives the players their mission. But what is that mission? Because the overall arcing mission, I don't know. I almost want to go a little darker, where Riley wants to take advantage of the situation and wants the group to get into the warehouse to steal the Clockwork Dragon. I actually really
Right.
like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
So
That-
they would have presumably worked before then because she's going to have trusted them with this very important mission to her, I would think.
well, I mean, and she could be like, "Hey, we need to get this out of their hands. I know how to disable it without causing a massive explosion, so you need to bring it to me." But she's really wanting to use it for herself. But she's put on this whole air of being, I need to do this mission to go save these people. And so she seems like she's not the, mafia boss or whatever.
Our players who watch that play are going to be like, "We saw the twist coming."
It doesn't count if you actually watch the creation stream.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm sure that if they do, though, they'll have fun anyway.
Oh yeah.
Well, and they might not ever see that part, right? They're just gonna.
Well, honestly, I love the idea of like they have this really cool challenge event, a little bit of combat, more of just detailed challenge event, getting through the people guarding the Clockwork Dragon, which would be the mother truckers.
Right.
And then they get into the Clockwork Dragon, they deliver it back to Riley, and Riley just goes, "Okay, guys, crank, crank, crank," and then they gotta fight it.
Yeah,
Like-
it starts up.
That would be, I don't know. Oh, well, thank you guys. Now die.
It
Now
would be
you-
fun
now
if the
you can
mother,
test how
if
good
the
this
mother
is.
truck.
What'd you
It'd
say?
be fun if the mother truckers didn't have like mother truckers, but they misspelled it and it was like mutter truckers
Mutter. Yeah, that's true.
because of their words and stuff.
I love it, actually. Mud.
Mutter, like murder.
Yeah.
Mutter truckers. That's how they talk. They talk like this instead of mutter truckers.
They all have cigars and cigarettes.
Well, I mean, it fits, They are
yeah.
burning the midnight oil elf, so.
Yeah, I love the idea of like the alchemist or the bomber essentially holding the bomb and like
Yes. Classic.
We needed a bridge. A bridge. Took
It
me like
reminds-
5 minutes.
Yeah.
2
Yes.
seconds.
2 seconds. That's it. Oh, that's so good. And that reminds me a little bit too of Rurouni Kenshin. I don't know if anybody here has ever seen like Samurai X or Rurouni Kenshin. And I can't remember the one guy. He had that thing on his hand. He could spark and light the bombs. Oh, it's been so long. I don't know why that just popped in my head. But awesome. So yeah, maybe we won't use a clockwork mage this time. We'll see. I don't know. I have lots of thoughts. Oh man, but it would be cool to have like the imagery of them clockwork. Wow, riflers. There it is. I got it. Like lining the streets, marching through some of the streets. So part of the challenge event could be sneaking
Avoiding
past
them. Yeah.
For sure.
those and stuff like that. Like the idea of like, and they're just destroying things and causing havoc.
I mean, you could have the mages leading, like,
Well,
groups of them.
there
through.
could even be a thing where there's a bunch of them on a rooftop. So if you go above the roof line, you're at risk of being shot. So it makes the battle more complicated. Well, assuming that you'd have people that can maybe fly or get in high positions, right? getting up would be dangerous because you might get shot at by these riflers.
Mm.
I love Rex's. They reactivated Clockwork Mage, this dad they made.
Wait a minute. Okay, so let's build off of that. I've got an idea.
Okay.
The thing they transform into, their bot, is what they call Dad. And it is a reactivated mage. And it's like those beam weapons you see in the anime and stuff like that with mechs. That's actually just the Clockwork Mage thing from his hand.
I mean, that would be easy
it's
for
like
me. That's
different
that,
things like that.
That's
Oh yeah, so
cool.
each body part is one of the different clockwork things.
Right.
What would it-
So when they form up, it's really intimidating. But as they break them off, and you can ask them, "What are you shooting at? The arm, the leg?" You can ask them, "What are you shooting at?" Do
I made it
location
bigger.
damage with it.
I made the token bigger.
Wait, I'm trying to think too. It's got to like stand
nice.
for.
And they go, "Blood, no! They're shooting blood!"
Like stands for what? Destructive, dangerous. What would it be? DAD.
Oh,
Some kind of
They
acronym.
can't spell anyway.
Ah, fair enough.
enough.
Dangerous automaton destroyer.
It's getting bigger.
If you had more time with a few more, you could play with that where they keep calling it that and their acronym is wrong because they can't spell right.
That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
That's funny.
That's too funny. Oh man, I thought we got some cool ideas now. Now I'm going to Photoshop this Clockwork Mage and put little goblin faces inside that blue.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Mama,
Oh, right.
Big Mama's in the blue, right there, or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Oh boy,
That's awesome.
that's too good.
And when
Well,
she's separated off, it's her like Professor Xavier hovering wheelchair or something because she can't walk.
That's
Too
true.
bad.
It's just
gerbil ball.
rolling
A gerbil
diesel fuel. I'm trying to make this like steampunk wheelchair, and you come up with gerbil ball.
well, I mean, it could have gears in it.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Demented Autodad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Haven't you seen G-Force? I mean,
That's
I have
true.
not.
what? Yeah, you just look at it for the Gerbil Ball things they made. It's worth it for that, but otherwise, it's just not all that good. It's very much a kid show.
Demented auto dad.
Well, I mean,
Rex,
if we
you're
really
awesome.
want some inspiration, there's this really great movie. Right, Adam? It's called Battlefield.
I think it's Galactica is what you're going for.
Oh, that's
Savage.
good. Spoilers, watch out for October.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I now have a lot to go off of. Is there anybody else who wants to share some thoughts before we begin wrapping things up?
You know, an interesting. There's the undead things that are just the hands, the severed hands.
Oh, the crawling hands.
Yeah, you could have that, but mech.
Just reflavor it. Cool.
So, that could be an interesting thing that they might come across at some point, or something to try and hinder the players. Right?
Oh man, that would be cool.
Mech hands grabbing at them.
I'd have to come up with a better
Name for
find a
them.
mech hand.
Yeah.
But you could do giant crawling hand. I just want a different image than that. But actually, the
sure.
idea of the metal hand crawling forward, even with somebody driving it, is cool because
was
it's
gonna
just
say, it
I
could
can picture
be
the smoke just
goblins.
rolling out of it, kind of thing. That's not a bad idea. That's their getaway vehicle.
Well, that's one of the. See, that's the big dumb strong one. They run one of the arms. The other smart one runs Dad's spellcaster arm. And then
That's
the
cool.
legs are run by the girls, and then the head is
Who wears the pants
Mama.
in the house? Just kidding.
Yeah.
They drive the pants.
They just- I think we've had too much fun tonight. That's
what
a
we
great
do.
idea, though. So I guess I need to find some art of a mechanical crawling hand.
I'm sure that's easy to
You
find.
could even
Actually,
just
probably
Google
would be
like
hard to find.
steampunk glove.
I haven't looked yet.
something. Yeah.
I'm sure it's not that hard. That's
Well, you could
awesome.
also, if you've already got a graphic of like a giant mechanoid, right? You could just
Yeah.
To build off of Rex's thing, it's demented automated destroyer.
Absolutely, yes.
I like that.
But
love
the
it.
goblins only know few words, so they just saw Dad and they're like, "A sword!"
That's perfect.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be
Mama's
good.
like, "I knew there needed a father figure in your life, so here it is."
It's a whole new meaning of geriatrics. Awesome.
You guys finally destroy it, and they're all like,
No. Oh, that's
they're all on their knees crying.
yes.
How could you do this to our family? We were finally together.
I'm picturing it like anime style, just like they're all crying over it with those big eyes. Just
Yeah.
awesome. Well, that's fantastic. Does anybody else have anything else they want to share?
I mean, we'll keep going forever.
I know. Well, I mean, I have a lot to go off of now. I mean,
But
am
well, and I
super-
kind of like because we're kind of leaving a little bit up in the air, so we won't know exactly what bits and pieces you're going to choose to do.
Well, I want to leave some bits and bobs in the air because I like it when
Absolutely.
that way people can watch this and not know everything.
Right.
I mean, I definitely, yeah. My brain has things. It's doing things.
Wait, you have a brain?
It still works. I mean, it really depends on who you ask, but
"It's under the hat."
Yeah, it is. That's why you can't see Jake without a hat.
It's
so big.
The brain devours.
yeah.
The intellect devours. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
intellect devours. There you go.
Excuse me. Awesome. And then, I mean, building the characters, I'll probably make all the actual PCs that people play will be very steampunk, very,
Right.
guns, and
There it
probably won't do much for magic. Actually, maybe make one a swashbuckler, make an alchemist, make a straight
Well, you
fighter.
You can do
What?
some fun builds that people have made and kind of just tweak them a little bit to make them good against items and breaking things. There's been Sunder builds built in Pathfinder 1E before
Yep.
that could probably be converted really easy.
Yeah.
So, and they
There's
they
still-
would
there
shine
is-
in this setting.
There is some. Actually, we should build. Yeah. Yep. Yes.
And we got a growing list of pre-gens from all of our
I
supporters.
know. I love
so-
it. Well, I was just
great.
thinking it wouldn't be that hard to do. Chiro is going to be easy to do.
Yep.
Because we've already done Chiro. Now, I do think we should do something about 𝙬𝖏𝖆𝖗𝖏 Industries because I think that's just.
Oh, that's
freaking
yeah. I
hilarious.
like
Oh
that
yeah,
too.
bring that back in.
Mhm.
I got to bring that back.
But it's Chiba Clockworks
Oh,
Ah.
nice.
Incorporated.
There it is. There it is. I got to write that down.
Chiba Clockworks Incorporated. That's the company that actually used to own it. This was one of their like satellites from satellite warehouses or something like that. They've been developing steampunk dragons, not because they had to. They just thought it was cool, as you do.
They like the idea of it. That's awesome.
Also, it's kind of handy to have a spell-resistant dragon so close to Geb. So
it's true.
Useful.
Its fly speed is 120.
Oh my word.
Wow.
I'm kind of excited because I don't. It's not often we get to do high level play, but I'm actually thinking making the characters like level 15, somewhere between 12 and 15, and I that alone is going to have its own excitement and power to see. So
That's
awesome.
sweet. Compass's character has to have an actual compass.
A wayfinder
A wayfinder. There we go. Nice. That'll
It's a
fit
real
well
item.
too.
that has a compass.
Oh, I thought that's what you were going to go for the character name. See,
That would be cool.
Ooh, that's a
something
nice
Wayfinder.
play on it. Yeah, that's a nice play on it.
That is. Yeah, players will need to bring their A game. This will be a deadly mission.
Right. Well, that makes it
Hey,
more fun.
It could
Which
be our
makes it more
first
fun.
TPK on stream.
You know,
Oh, dude, I would love that title.
Mother truckers take them all out.
you could
The
have a mage
steamroll.
as a pre-built PC that's Steam based,
Yes,
Right,
very
right.
much. Yeah, yeah.
and then they can overpower Steam mechanics with their.
Nobody here likes playing Magic. I'm just kidding. I mean, look at our last few adventure quests. I mean, how much Magic do we actually?
Well, I mean, to be fair, you literally played in Fallout the last time.
I
Right.
know.
There's very little magic in Fallout, though there is
Right.
some. Actually, is some.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, boys.
I
Anything
think
else?
we're good. I'm excited to see how this plays out.
I'm
Yep.
excited to have a TPK.
That would be very interesting.
Well, at that high
I mean,
level, it's
just-
very easy to happen.
Yeah.
Just to throw out there, they are working with Riley, so perhaps they are not the most upstanding of characters.
I
You
know.
can play with that idea.
Yeah,
I am gonna-
it depends on if you go with Riley's been tricking them versus
Riley
that
knows.
trust
that.
path they've been going.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I'm not sure either one. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Yep.
Because
Yes.
both could work. I mean,
Now-
you can play campaigns where you're.
Yeah, for sure. And I was thinking too, we could throw out, depending, Jake, on how helpful or harmful it is to you, is that the people who are selected can vote on it, or we could have the Discord vote.
Yeah. Discord votes are always fun.
All right, there it is.
All right. There it is.
Got to be part of the Forest family to get in on that vote.
What do you
which
want
I
to be?
think- What do you want to
Slightly
be?
chaotic evil.
Well, you could do
got a week
chaotic
to get your
neutral,
vote in.
neutral,
Yeah.
neutral,
Wait, say it
chaotic
again?
neutral.
You got a week to get your vote in.
Neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 2
uh,
weeks till we play and a week
So
to get our
you
vote.
You
Yeah.
probably want a week to make the decision. So
Right. Was that
Yeah.
enough time for you, Jake?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. We'll get it up tonight. Votes going up tonight on Discord for the Forest family, which leads us into. This has been another wild crafting adventure with Avenue Studios on the Forest Forge. Great mustache. Thank you for joining as always.
Always a
Open
pleasure.
Legend, RPG.com. Check it out. Anything you want to announce in particular right now?
not
or-
right now.
Okay. There's a lot of stuff. We're goofing around with things in the background here, and it's great. So check them out, openlegendrpg.com, and of course, Adam from the Inn of Planar Crossroads. Where can they find and support you, good sir?
Well, I'm pretty sure they can just go over to theiopc.com or innofplanarcrossroads.com, and that has all the buttons on finding our social medias and all the different places where you can keep up with us, including where we post our videos, which is Rumble, YouTube, and BitChute. Rumble acts as a backup as well as BitChute to our main YouTube channel, though that might change in the future a little bit depending on how things go. I might put out feelers about how we're doing because the live streams have been going on, and hopefully you've been enjoying them, of our creation of Adventure Academia, which will eventually, once I've finished up with the players and they've faced the 3 dragons, we'll bulk it out and we'll make it into something that can be released for people. So,
Yeah.
and they can use with their homeschool group, or they
an
can play
interesting
with their
story.
group.
Yeah, it's been so much fun to hear about.
Well, and seeing which paths the kids took.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Awesome.
So that is true. They do some things that I do not expect them to do. Or, well, that I would not have chosen to do myself.
Right.
I'll put it that way. So,
Sounds like parenting.
yeah. But that's what I've got. So hopefully you
Awesome.
can check those out.
Great. Well, do give us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to follow the adventures and the forging. You can further support Avenue Studios and become a part of our ever-growing forest by joining our Locals of Patreon community. And doing so not only gives you access to a ton of bonus content, but you'll also gain access to our private Discord, where we'll be doing a vote this week on the general alignment of the party and their relationship to Riley. And, of course, you can join in on live streams, chat with us, play games, and so much more. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for sound, music, and ambience, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Foundry Virtual Tabletop, and I'll throw the links in, too, for our Outlaws of Alkenstar campaign and all that good stuff, so you can get an idea of this world. And thank you so much for joining the Forge. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.